Hey, welcome to D&D TV. I'm your guy Dawson. Today I wanted to talk about a case that's been in the media a lot. Now it's getting national attention in my hometown. The case of a Miami teen that was shot in Sanford, Florida. Here's a picture of the teen. The teen's name is Trayvon Martin. Now Trayvon Martin was shot by a neighborhood watch person just because he thought Trayvon was suspicious by walking in the neighborhood. And the guy who shot him, George Zimmerman, called the 911 dispatcher, and he told the dispatcher that, there's a suspicious person in the neighborhood, blah, 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 walking around and all this kind of stuff. And when I guess there was a confrontation, he confronted Trayvon and he shot Trayvon dead. Now the thing that's making people in the community, in an uproar is that the police dispatcher, the police department, they're not releasing the 911 call. And also, the child that was shot, Trayvon, what he had on his person was a bag of Skittles and tea. He had just gone to the store. Now, joining me is Ms. D. She's also part of Dawson and Denise TV and Dawson and Denise Blog Talk Radio. She's in Central Florida. And Ms. D, what's the atmosphere like in Central Florida right now in your area? Because you are close to Sanford, Florida. Is the community in an uproar based on this this event that happened with Trayvon Martin?
Well, I would say that the community in Sanford is very upset. In fact, we have a huge meeting at the AME Church up in Sanford where a lot of black pastors met up to decide what their next step was. Al Sharpton also did an interview with the mother last night. He promised to be down in Sanford later on this week, also with the NAACP. So a lot of people are very, very upset about it, and a local station, News 13, have been all on top of the story ever since the beginning of this week.
Wow. And that's something I was listening to the chief of police, Bill Lee, at the Sanford Police Department, and something he said in a press conference that really kind of got me made me a little upset, because he stated that they were doing all the they were going to do a fair, thorough investigation of what happened. But a lot of people in the community are saying that if the child Trayvon Martin was just walking through the neighborhood where one of his parents supposedly lived, and he was going to the store, and this guy just said he looked suspicious, stopped him, and while he was on the phone with the dispatcher, confrontation broke out. He felt, I guess, scared, or he felt threatened, and he just shot this child dead. But the kid only had candy and Skittles, so the people in the community are saying, Bill Lee, you're the chief, why can't this guy be arrested? He shot someone who did not have, any type of weapon on them or anything. What do you think about this?
Well, the one thing that I want to point out is that Trayvon was 17 years old.
17.
He was still in high school. He was not an adult. Okay? The operator, so far, has been released because the department refuses to release the 911 tape. It will not even let the family hear the 911 tape, which I think is really wrong. Families should not have to sue to hear the 911 tape, try to find out what led up to their son, nephew being shot. It's ridiculous, but he was 17 years old.
17 years old.
What we know is that 911 operator, we called and said we see this guy that was suspicious. The 911 operator told him to stay where he was.
To stay in the car, not to do anything.
Get out and go and confront.
Exactly.
Trayvon. And I think that is the reason that they're not releasing the 911 tape, because it is going to show, I believe, and this is just my opinion, that George Zimmerman, if there was indeed a confrontation, is the one that started the confrontation. He is the one that had the weapon. The chief of police said that he had a concealed weapon permit.
Yes.
But that does not give you the right to kill a child. This is a child.
Exactly. And that you're exactly right. So that was my whole, my disagreement with, Chief Bill Lee, is that if everyone who had a permit, just shot people who they thought were suspicious or anything like that, or if anything in the neighborhood, then we'd have more cases like this throughout the United States, more so than, than just this one that came about. and I was thinking of the times that I called the police within my neighborhood on suspicious people, but I never went outside to shoot anybody. So definitely for this case, I hope justice is served. I definitely am with the parents to rally around this, to stand up for justice for their child, because we have a 17-year-old who was in high school about to graduate who just died just because he was walking through his parents' neighborhood with iced tea and Skittles, and it's okay, and George Zimmerman gets to go home and go to Walmart and go to the basketball court and plan his weekend when these parents have to go home and plan a funeral. This is just complete chaos. So thank you guys for watching D&D TV. And also a question that people are posing on Facebook and online is that if, Trayvon Martin was of a different race, if he was white and George Zimmerman was black, would this issue be as it is now, trying to be kept on the, on the hush-hush? Yeah. Well, a lot of people feel that way. So, hopefully justice is going to be served. Our prayers and condolences go out to the family of this child. But here's another 17-year-old innocent child, killed for, a senseless crime. So thank you guys for watching D&D TV. I'm your guy Dawson. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on Blog Talk Radio every week. Until next time, take care of yourself, each other. Peace.